the Annunaki, Enki and Enlil. This is an excerpt from the book, Keeper of the Celtic Secrets. Finally, knowledge about the origins of the major races, who call the Earth home, is being shared with others. You must keep an open mind. Stay out of your cave now, or you won't be able to grasp the wisdom being presented here. Yes, Virginia, there really were ETs. Who do you think provided the wisdom to build the pyramids, give us mathematical equations, science and astronomy? Are you ready for some real wisdom? Okay, good. As per old family journals containing knowledge from ancient Ireland, the origin of races are as follows. 1. Caucasoid, or the white races, descend from the Anunnaki, including the Elohim Godhead. And yes, the ancient Israelites are actually descendants of the Elohim royal family. 2. African or Negroid, the black races, descend from the evolved Homo sapiens and the hybrid created Adams. They are the Eves. 3. Asiatic or Mongoloid, the so-called yellow-skinned people, descend from the Nephilim, the ousted royal party from Nibiru. Notice I say Nibiru, not Nibiru. Hibiru Hebrew. Are you still with me here? The Nephilim, giants, were the reigning godhead until the Elohim family ousted them, casting them to the earth. 4. Indigenous or native peoples of the land, the brown or Red races, descend from the evolved Homo sapiens and the Anunnaki, some not authorized by the Elohim, but boys will be boys, and they made a good working stock of slaves. These people were the Adams, the original evolved creatures of the earth, first known as Homo erectus, who evolved to Homo sapiens, i.e., the Neanderthal. Eventually this species became extinct due to the Ice Age, the Great Flood, famines, diseases, natural disasters, etc. This race was black-skinned with coarse black hair, large features, and type Rh positive blood. The original created hybrid Adams, the father of all brown-skinned, Red-skinned, indigenous, native peoples of the world. The Adams were one half Anunnaki and one half Earth evolved people. Descendants of the Adams inhabited all continents and islands of the world. Note, the Adams were of lighter skin tones than were the hybrids known as the woman, Eve. The Adams and the Eves all naturally have Rh positive blood, connecting them to the earth. See the original created Eves. The first hybrid woman was the mother of all black-skinned peoples of Africa. The Eves, aka the woman, was made up of one half Adams, DNA, and one half Neanderthal, making her 1/4 Anunnaki, less black than the original Homo sapiens, but nevertheless, black-skinned. Eve's bloodline was created to preserve the race of natural Earth-evolved creatures, who were becoming extinct. All black-skinned races of Africa are from Eve. The Nephilim, a race that once lived and reigned politically on planet Nibiru, but were eventually ousted and sent to Earth. They were the fallen giants in biblical accounts, as well as in the St. John family journals. The Nephilim make up the Mongoloid and Asiatic peoples of the world, and originally had type B blood, Rh negative, not of this earth. The Elohim royal godhead. Their descendants became the 12-13 tribes of Israel, i.e. the multitudes of Hebrew people, a white race descending primarily from El and his brother Angus bloodline. The bloodline of the Israelites makes up the multitudes of Celtic, Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Anglo-Saxon, true Jews who aren't from the brown races, and most Western white races. Note, the genetics of this group is probably the same as F below, as both groups descend from the Anunnaki race, but E represents the Godhead, i.e. the reigning royal family. The original blood type of these descendants was Rh negative, i.e. not of the earth. Science today has no explanation as to where the Rh negative factor originates. Well, it originates with the Elohim family Godhead. The royal Godhead were not permitted to marry and bear children to any other than their own blood type. This is also the reason that the Israelites were held for 40 years in the Sinai. giving them time to cleanse their bloodline by marrying only within their own race. Half the white race of people are descendants of the Anunnaki. Some from the white race are descendants of the Elohim, which simply implies the royal family godhead who are in political power on Nibiru. However, some from the white race do not have a bloodline from the royal family of Elohim, but are in fact descendants of Anunnaki citizens. Their blood types were originally the same as above, but due to intermarrying with the Browns, as well as other created races, both groups now have large amounts of Rh-positive blood types. Rh-positive is more dominant, that is Rh-negative. An Rh-negative mother may have 10 children from an Rh-positive father, but may have only one Rh-negative baby out of 10. See my article on Rh-neg blood for more info. G-mixed races are a result of intermarrying amongst all races of people, producing various shades of skin tones, facial features, hair color and consistency, and blood types. Examples might be the people of India, the Aborigines of Australia, the Blackfoot of North America, and the Polynesians. Esau's descendants, Turkey, Pakistan, Afghanistan, etc. Cain's descendants, Assyrians greater than Babylonians greater than Romans Ishmael's descendants, the Arabs Jacob's descendants, Elohim descendants. We must not forget too, that the master scientist physician, Enki, did many experiments with DNA manipulation and cloning in his laboratories here on Earth, accounting for many different and varied features amongst the races of people, which could have resulted in blonde-haired Aborigines in Australia, and the fine-featured black-skinned peoples of India. There is an out-of-Africa hypothesis that was first proposed based on genetic studies of a type of DNA analysis known as mitochondria DNA, which is inherited through the maternal line, and the Y chromosome, which is inherited through the paternal line. These particular studies show that the African races have more genetic diversity than any other human groups, and that this diversity has been accumulating for perhaps 100,000 to 200,000 years. This finding implies that all modern humans are descended from a small population of Homo sapiens that originally lived in Africa some 100,000 to 200,000 years ago. However, analysis of mitochondria DNA from a Neanderthal fossil found in Germany also suggests that the Neanderthals did not contribute DNA to modern Europeans. Thus, evidence has been accumulating that modern Europeans are not descended from Neanderthals of Africa. Source: paraphrased from Microsoft On-Card Encyclopedia, 2002. Nobody will dispute the fact that black-haired, ruddy, brown-skinned peoples have occupied every continent and island on the face of the earth since the atoms were first created. The Elohim family of gods originally created the black-haired people, in part because the Anunnaki hated to do manual labor, such as mining gold, diamonds, and other precious metals. Therefore, the creation of black-haired, ruddy-skinned peoples was initially to provide manual workers for the extraterrestrials, aka the Anunnaki people. The descendants of the Anunnaki are the white races of peoples, who were originally a light-skinned race, with either red, blonde, or light-colored hair, and brightly colored eyes, such as blue, green, light gray, or hazel. Many white-skinned peoples still resemble the ancient space travelers who came to Earth thousands of years ago. While the Israelites are descendants of the Elohim Godhead, and Enki and Enlil's family, not all white races descend from this political family. Nevertheless, Enki knew that the population on Nibiru was in trouble, so to preserve the Elohim royal family line, many Elohim descendants remained behind on Earth in order to preserve their race. Other Anunnaki descendants also inhabit the Earth today, but Enki and Enlil's descendants are identified as being Israelites. Note: all the white and oriental races would actually be Hebrew, having their origins from the planet by the same name, Hibiru, aka Nibiru. In summary, what the St. John family journals say regarding the various races is as follows. 1. A brown or red race of black-haired, ruddy-skinned people who are half Annunaki and half Homo sapien. 2. A black race that is one half Homo sapien and one half hybrid Adam. 3. A white race of people who are descendants of the Anunnaki. 4. An oriental race of people who are the descendants of the Nephilim. Hope this information doesn't blow your minds too badly. Think outside the box, folks. Do you want the facts, or do you still believe in Santa Claus? Theory: the Annunaki, Enki and Enlil. Please note, these are not our stories. We do not endorse any particular theory as true or correct. These stories are the intellectual property of the actual authors. We have simply and only made them available to you in a central location on this website, so that you may review and compare them with ease. As new theories, ideas or proof becomes available, that information will be added here as well. If you have any questions about these theories, we will try to answer them based only on the related information and research we have available. These stories are included only because they are widely available online, and we did not want to leave anything out that someone may want to read, or to appear we are ignoring its existence. The